Hello, everybody. Welcome into another episode of A Walk with the Warhawks. Today's show, as always, is presented by Raising Cane's, located on South Clack Street, right here in South Abilene. Don't forget to stop by and get some chickens, maybe a Caniac combo, maybe a box combo. They're all good at Raising Cane's, a proud partner of A Walk with the Warhawks and McMurry Athletics. So obviously today's show is part of our series in the summer where we talk to our most recent alumni that have accomplished great things here at McMurry, both athletically and academically. And two guys that are with me today have done exactly that, Jacob Williams and Michael Limones. Guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for being on.
Good to be on again.
Yeah, Mike, I think you might be the first two-time guest we've ever had. You were in the first season of Walk with the Warhawks. How's it feel to be back?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you obviously did something right to be back. And Jacob, you're now a first-time guest. Welcome to the show officially.
Yes, can't wait.
All right, so I'll just get right into it, ask you guys, where are you coming to us from right now, and what are you doing this summer?
Well, I'm coming from my apartment. I currently live in Abilene. My plan right now, I do sort of have a job lined up with Crunch Fitness. I just need to get back to them, see how that hiring process is going. But right now, other than that, I got a part-time job at Torchy's. So if y'all need some drinks, let me know.
I like the tacos.
All right, I got you. I cook you up with some tacos.
Shout out Torchy's, right? Okay. Yeah. What about you, Jacob? Where are you coming to us from?
I'm currently in Goldthwaite, Texas, at my grandmother's right now. I am ranching, I guess, in a sense, to sum it all up. So outdoors pretty much all day long from sun up to sundown.
Love it. I love everything about Goldthwaite. That's my favorite stop on the way to San Antonio or Austin, or anytime I'm going south, I always stop at Goldthwaite.
Cleanest bathrooms, I know for sure.
That's right. Yeah, it's like the it's like Buc-ee's, but it's not. Right?
Pretty close. It's our like Buc-ee's, so works for us.
Small scale Buc-ee's, right?
For sure.
Right. Perfect. All right. Well, Mike, I'm glad you're still in Abilene. That's awesome. But guys, obviously you recently graduated. Actually, I was there for it, saw you guys walk the stage. In fact, Mike maybe had the coolest bit of garb wearing that he had a bunch of crumbled up dollar bills. You want to talk about that? Like what went into that? And just I'll show a picture on here for that.
Okay. So I don't know if it's like a tradition thing or anything, but I know my mom started it when my brother graduated high school. And so since I was the first to graduate college in my family, I guess she did it for me. And what it's supposed to symbolize, I guess, is good luck. So there's a bunch of little turtles drawn on it. I still have it.
Oh wow, here we go. Live and in person.
He hasn't spent it all. We're doing good.
Oh no, I already spent it all, on bills and everything. But there's like a whole bunch of like turtles on here.
Oh,
symbolize good luck. But
wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I liked it. It was a pretty good graduation present.
Definitely, and it looked.
I always take free money. So.
Oh, who doesn't at this point? I mean, even me and you guys as college students, like we definitely, yeah, for sure. But Jacob, we'll start with you. How did it feel to walk the stage? Having your family there, even though knowing you had more competition ahead of you, how did it feel to walk the stage?
Once in a lifetime type experience. There isn't much that really just like overwhelmed me. It felt relieving. It felt like a good sense of weight off my shoulders. It felt like I was able to do something and be myself.
Man, what about you, Mike?
No, I agree with Jake. After a few rough years and a lot of hard homework, late nights, tough practices, it felt good. Finally get that weight off your shoulders and just to move on to the next chapter.
Yeah, many years of work went into all that to make it happen. You finally got to walk the stage, you get that degree, but you had more competition ahead of you. Obviously, you guys had an outstanding season. You qualified for nationals on the 4x4 relay, and that had to be really exciting for you guys to have that kind of season. But I think the cherry on top of all of that is winning a conference championship, doing so in the relay and doing so as a team. How did it feel to get another ring?
It felt really good. I mean, now I got 3 rings. You know, I sort of feel like I don't know, no, not to brag or anything, but like, um, you know, sort of felt like it was funny because we were talking about it. Sort of felt like Thanos was collecting all those gems, collecting all those rings. Felt really good. But national meet, it was a great experience. It was a really great experience. I mean, it's sad how it happened, but it was a great experience. Not many people at that level or any kind of level get to experience that kind of stuff going to the national meet. So it was fun.
Yeah. Jacob, how did you feel about winning conference and then moving on?
The conference for me felt like it was really just a statement piece for us. You know, all year long for the last 2 years, really, if you even go back to the COVID season, before our season got canceled, it was just, so much doubt from the community, not necessarily McMurry community, just some of the other communities. You never be there, you'll never get it. I was a part of the first team to ever lose the conference championship my freshman year, so that one really hurt. And so since we lost one, everyone keeps thinking we'll lose the next one and the next one and the next one. And coming out there and showing them, even it doesn't matter if we have a team of freshmen, a team of 7 seniors, or a team of just 2 people, we're still able and we're still going to be there. We're not going to just give up just because you said we're not good.
Yeah, I'm sure it felt really good to be vindicated by that. So, yeah, a long line. I think now 30 conference championships on the men's and women's side since 1999. That's fantastic, and that's team, not just like individual events. If you did that, you'd be in the hundreds. But guys, congrats on an outstanding season, an outstanding career. One thing I'd like to ask you guys, as graduating seniors, we have a lot of incoming freshmen coming in this fall. What advice would you give to them, both from an athletic and academic standpoint?
Academically, I'd say if you stay ahead of your syllabus, you'll be all right. I know there are times where I really put stuff off to the last minute, really, caught up to me. And for athletics, I just say talk to your coaches, get to know the team. The great thing about McMurry is that the coaches are willing to set different schedules. I know in practice, a lot of people couldn't make the time to our normal practice time. So talk to your coaches; they'll be able to work with you. Teammates are going to be a big help. For example, our teammates usually help each other with homework, stuff like that, personal problems. It was really good family. That's what I got.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Jacob, what about you?
Academically, I would say don't be intimidated by your professors. They're a good resource for help. They obviously understand that you don't know anything. You're pretty much clueless about most of the topics. So going in and asking for questions is a good idea. Athletically, I like to say keep a Mamba mentality as much as possible. And it's hard for track, especially because we train for literally a year. And you don't see a lot of those results till the end of the year. So you get 11 months in and you're finally seeing some success. And until then, it's really hard to stay focused and keep training. I mean, because by month 6, it's pretty rough. You feel like you're just stuck, but I promise you it gets better and better. But I like to think for the athletic side, even if it's not track, same thing. Training, you just got to fight through it and make sure that it's the success that at the end that's worth it. So,
yeah, great sound advice from both of you guys. Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, are you ready for rapid fire?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Well, let's go right into it. Again, One Love rapid fire. This segment presented by Raising Cane's. Man, I'm getting hungry for Cane's right now. First question. It is 9 a.m. That's what's crazy. I still want chicken at 9 a.m, but it's okay. Okay, if you guys could play another sport, because Raising Cane's motto is One Love, but let's just say you had more than one love, what sport would you play outside of track and field?
Me, I'd probably play soccer. Usually because my cousin used to play a lot, and so I'd always go watch him. And I always found it interesting. I played 1 year in high school, but I was just so bad at it that I just didn't play again. But but it really did have fun playing soccer. It's a great sport to play and watch. So
Jacob, before you answer, I've got to acknowledge what Mike did. Mike, we've had two other people interview so far, Carlos Martinez and Savannah Flynn. Both said soccer would be their second sport.
Oh.
So you are now
fun.
the third. So we're 3 for 3 on soccer. Jacob, the pressure's on. What is yours?
No, soccer is not for me. I'm sorry. Soccer is not for me. No, I've never played soccer a day in my life. I've kicked a soccer ball, but I've never touched. No. Oh man. Gold Lane's never had soccer. Never even. No, not even that. Our community doesn't even know what it is. So baseball would be my choice. Baseball was my first love growing up, and mainly because it was the one thing that me and my dad got to do as our own. It was our one-on-one time. I leave my sisters at home, leave my mom at home. We'll go to the field for hours and just play and all that kind of stuff. So baseball was always number one for me.
I love that. I think baseball and soccer are two great sports. And, as track and field athletes, you guys are very versatile. You could probably go and do a lot of things. So I have an even better question. I want to bring it back to track and field because that's what you guys are truly good at. What event have you never done before? Because both of you guys are like, middle distance, sprinting, obviously, but like what event have you like witnessed, but maybe never competed in that always fascinated you the most?
Either long distance or javelin. I'd say long distance because, again, I watched my brother. He was a long distance runner, and it's actually really competitive watching it. I mean, there are people throwing elbows and everything, especially, yeah. But javelin, it just looks cool. I don't know. You throw a spear as far as you can, but that, for me, I have bad shoulders, so I'd never do that. I'd probably throw some out of socket or something.
Yeah. Well, let me go back to the long distance thing. If Coach Parcells were to ask you, hey, Mike, we need an extra cross country runner, do you want to run? Would you do it?
Probably not. It's funny thing. I think like 2 years ago, they were needing more guys on the cross country team. I tried out. I did a 2-mile trial, and no, never again.
Okay. So you'll admire from a distance, but you won't run.
Yeah.
What about you, Jacob?
I'd say steeplechase, and a lot of times is because there's either the really good ones or they're really bad. And so sometimes it's a lot more entertaining to watch when they're really bad. But at the same time, the really good ones are really fun to watch too. The ability to, jump and, hurdle and run and go through water all at the same time. Running with wet socks really is what just is the most interesting part for me. But when it's really bad, I think it's the most entertaining sport in track for sure.
I actually agree with you. That was the first thought I had when we were at the national meet. Watching the men's and women's steeplechase was so entertaining to me. And I can't imagine running in wet socks because I hate having wet socks. Like I want to change right away as soon as I'm like, if I'm in the rain, I want those shoes off like right away. But to watch them do that 10 times and like different strategies, some clear the whole thing, some will jump on top of the thing and try to clear it. It's that I agree. That's probably the most interesting, but I'm also fascinated with the high jump. Just me personally. I think it's fun to watch guys jump as like just right off the ground and into the air. It's amazing to me. Okay, so Wilford Moore Stadium, a fantastic venue. Obviously, you guys have had a lot of good memories here at the Warhawks Classic and, competing at that stadium, practicing at that stadium. It's a great venue, no doubt. But outside of Wilford Moore Stadium, what has been your favorite venue to compete at? Indoor or outdoor?
I think I would say indoor for indoor. Probably, I think was it Pitt State, Jake, that 300 track?
Yep, Kansas.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just like that 300 track. I usually don't like running on like Tex Bank track because I always get lane 6 and I'm leaning to one side.
Yeah.
And blocks. And I really don't like bank tracks, but that 300 flat track, there's something about it that I just really enjoy running on. Luckily, I was able to run it, I think, like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I'm sure the bank tracks are fun when you're going, but when you're having to start up high like that and you're tilted down already, like, yeah, that's.
No, it's terrible. But the national track that we went to this year, that was a real fast track, and I really liked it, especially after running. Felt fast.
Yeah,
hey, that Mondo track, man.
Yeah, in North Carolina, a great track.
Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
Personally, my favorite is the TLU track stadium, or I guess stadium.
Bulldog.
I like the whole atmosphere that it has with it. I like the hills on the edges. I like the track feel. It's open. Their bathrooms are actual bathrooms, even though, they're not bad. Just everything about the TLU stadium for me is one of my favorite. I always enjoyed that one for sure. That was the only one I look forward to on the schedule.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. So I got to spend a lot of time with you guys in Greensboro, North Carolina. We rode in a couple of vans together to go to dinner. One thing I noticed that there's a wide variety of music on the aux cord. So if the aux cord is getting handed to you and you're picking the genre or you're picking the song, what are we going with?
Definitely some Ludacris. After that, definitely some Ludacris.
That was fun. Fun. Shout out Luda.
Yeah, shout out Luda. Underappreciated.
Jake, you had a little bit of a different take.
Yeah, my taste is a little different, but I mean, I still love all music. But I usually put on Co Wetzel, and the number one I put on is Love by Co Wetzel. Everyone seems to really, scream their heads out when it gets to the middle of the song. So it's just really good. It's also for us, we've all bonded over that song too. So that one's just a good song. I don't think it's ever a bad choice.
Man, and it's crazy. I think I might have came at the wrong time because you were playing some random country.
Oh yeah, I was quizzing Rexy, see which one she knew, and she really she did not like International Harvester. That one was a bad one.
Yeah, she's more into the pop country, like the current stuff, where you and I feel like are more like 90s, 2000s.
90s is my go-to. Everything, hip hop, country, all of it. 90s is it. There's nothing better than the 90s.
Yeah, 90s everything. Shout out Clint Black. That's who I was listening to this morning on the way to work. But I'll switch it up with some TLC sometimes, or some Nas or Tupac. And 90s rock too. Like I listen to a lot of grunge, like Soundgarden and Nirvana, like all of that. That time period in general is just fantastic. Well, all right. I'm glad we all agree. Final question for you guys as we wrap up here. What do you miss the most about college since you graduated?
Definitely the team, for sure. It was one thing I look forward to in practice, was hanging out with the team, even afterwards. But other than that, yeah, just the team, I'd say.
Yeah.
I love the team. I always loved the team. Always, been a big team guy, if you ask anyone. But one of the hardest things for me right now is not having a set schedule, because ranching lifestyle is whatever needs to be worked on that day gets worked on. So every day is a new day and nothing's the same. Knowing that I just have to go to class, then go to practice, then go to sleep is always nice. So nowadays it's wake up and I don't know what I got to do. So the other thing is I usually work alone out here in the middle of nowhere. So the team is big for me. I wish I had 4 or 5 of those guys out here with me, but some days I don't get that. So
not as fun singing those songs by yourself, huh?
Right, and not as fun. I got cows mooing with me, so not they don't hit the chords and the right octaves all the time. So
there you go. Absolutely. Well, guys, that's awesome. And hopefully you guys will get to see each other again soon as far as like a ring ceremony, I would think, right?
We better have a ring ceremony.
So you always have that to look forward to. But guys, it's good to reunite with you both here on Walk with the Warhawks. You were a great guest. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for another summer series episode of A Walk with the Warhawks presented by Raising Cane's. I'm Mike Ezekiel for Michael Limones and Jacob Williams. Have a great day.
Adios.
Toodles.